What is government's role in creating jobs and growing the economy?
I talked about that in the beginning. It is the most important issue that faces us here in South Central Kansas today. I spent 10 years in the aviation manufacturing business, signing the front side of paychecks, and on days not knowing for sure if 2 weeks later I was going to be able to sign that very paycheck. I have lived in the world that all of you are living in. And I never wanted my congressman to bring a job back to me. I never said, I think if I hire one good lobbyist, I can convince 217 folks in Washington, D.C. to create a job at their aerospace. But what I wanted Congress to do was to let my business grow. Let me have the freedom to succeed or fail on my own. I don't want them standing in the background prepared to bail me out if we make bad business decisions. I just want them to create an environment where I can grow my company and invest in my company right here in South Central Kansas. That's what we all want. And the challenge we have today, and the duty of the federal government, is to create that environment, is to put tax policy back where it's no longer the second worst corporate tax policy in the Western industrialized world. We have a regulatory policy, we have a healthcare law, that the mere repealing of will be the biggest job creator in an awfully long time.
Raj, you have 6 to 7 for your response. And again, the question, what is government's role in creating jobs and growing the economy?
Sure. Mike and I agree that we need a positive business climate to create jobs. And in fact, I've done just that, working with the Chamber of Commerce, working to strengthen the property tax cut for business and machinery equipment, which was a great legislative accomplishment of the Chamber, something that I worked to preserve. Where we disagree is that I have actually voted to cut government spending, and we agree that there must be a limited role for government. But I believe that the next member of Congress shouldn't bring jobs from the federal government. The next member of Congress should be a champion for our economic environment. And right here, the front page or the business section today in the Wichita Eagle, interest in wind picks up. This is a public-private partnership that is working for the south central area of Kansas in renewable energy. And it cannot happen with my opponent's philosophy where he says no to absolutely everything and to the public-private partnerships we need to succeed.
Because of the nature of this question, I'm going to have to say, Mike, you got 30 seconds if you'd like to respond to that.
Only this. We've seen public-private partnerships. We now own General Motors. We now own AIG. These are public partnerships of the most egregious kind. And my opponent's run a commercial says he's against them, and yet what is that? It's the federal government picking winners and losers. It's the federal government saying we know better than the market about how best to create jobs. And that is an absolutely fundamental difference between the two of us.
Raj, one more 30 seconds if you want.
Well, absolutely, because the fact of the matter is, even Senator Sam Brownback agrees in this article about the fact that we need market incentives to create renewable energy jobs. We both agree. It's a straw man to suggest that we think that we need to grow the size of government. What we need is an economic champion as a member of Congress. And I couldn't disagree more with the idea that it's not my job to bring jobs back to Kansas.